Hey, good morning. Russell Hotel's going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Yeah, I'm a little early and normally about 12 o'clock, but today I had, you know what? I'm not offering excuses for myself. I'm just saying I'm a little early, okay? So normally it's about 12 noonish. It's about 11:30. Cause I got stuff to do. That's why. But anyway, let's turn on. Let's don't waste any time. Let's go ahead and turn on the chat. If you guys have comments, you guys know I'm about engagement and answering questions and seeing who's there. So feel free. I just want to make sure, yep, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, live on X. So if you got any questions at all, any comments, just go ahead and say them. Just go ahead and type in the chat. Like, hey, what's going on, Russell Hotel? Hey, what's going on? I love what you do. It sucks. Whatever you want to say. It's up to you. You go ahead and say it, and I'll put your comments on the screen in real time. So anyway, hey, we had a great weekend. Not sure if people knew this, but had a family reunion that I didn't plan all of it, but of course I do the hotel section because I'm all about hotel site selection, right? So this is one of the few occasions that I plan something for, and I actually utilize it, or I'm part of the utilization team, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, so it's the Love Family Reunion. We do this every other year, every just say like every even number year, like 24, 22. The next one will be in 26. Well, we did it just this past weekend. It was in Las Vegas. It was at the Embassy Suites in Las Vegas, the one on Paradise Road. Now, just in case people, you said Paradise Road. Yeah, there's multiple Embassy Suites in Las Vegas. So I just want to make sure, just in case you were wondering, like, which one did he stay in? Which one did he use? Embassy Suites are non-gaming hotels, right? So it's always good for the kids to go to a non-gaming hotel because you had a lot of family members, a lot of kids, and sometimes they don't want to be going through casinos. We don't want to put the parents under pressure to walk through a casino and they start gambling and they shouldn't be, and the kids get all whatever. So it's always good, at least when I'm planning something for a family reunion, especially if it's in Vegas. First of all, is Vegas the best place for a family reunion? Let's just throw that out there. I don't, you know what? I don't know if it is, but we made it work. We definitely did make it work. But my first choice was not to do a family reunion in Vegas because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I guess I'm saying this because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of excitement, and sometimes family. You want to get the family together just for those 2 days, and sometimes because of the additional things that are going on in Vegas, shows and any type of entertainment that's going on. Sometimes we get tired, we get pulled away from that, and we focus on that instead of focusing on the real reason we're there, and that's to spend time with the family. But this worked out fine. Okay, so this worked out fine. Embassy Suites worked out fine. Hey, Marsha, how are you? Marsha's my sister. She's on the committee, the planning committee, and did a excellent job with putting everything together. Getting T-shirts and the photographer, and just kind of just moving things along, making sure things, you know, got, things work the way they're supposed to. She says she's tired. Okay, hey, you should be. And then her car broke down, or her car, I don't know. There's like an electronic problem or something with her car. She had to have her car towed back from Vegas to where she lives. But she made it happen. She made it work. She got back. The car probably made it home before she did. But yeah, so that's what happened with her. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, so no, she did a great job. So, but yeah, everyone has their part. When we do a family reunion, it's a committee, right? It's like a corporate committee. You work for a company and there's different committees. Same thing with our family reunion. Everyone has their responsibilities, and no one, I don't try to do what Marsha does. Marsha doesn't try to do what I do, or Joyce, or Joy, or Tasha, or Wilma, whatever. Everyone has their own specific thing to do, and that's always a good thing, right? So you have to be like, I do hotels. No one else trying to do hotels, right? I'm Russell of Hotels. Of course, I'm going to do that, right? So those are the things. Like I said, we all have our roles to that. Yep, or was there when I got there? Yeah. So we all have our roles to follow, and that's always a good thing, to stick to your lane, so to speak. and that's what we do. And Terry, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, and Terry as well. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to omit anyone, but yeah. So everyone had a role to do, and we all do it well, right? So and then we're moving on to next year. But anyway, enough of that. I mean, we're going to get into more of this, because I'm going to share the hotel that we stayed in, just a couple things before we get to that. Of course, all the pictures I'm showing, all the photos I'm showing are of the Embassy Suites in Las Vegas, which is on Paradise Road, but it is the convention center. So if you look up Embassy Suites, there'll be one that says Convention Center. That's the one. I just put the road that it's on. It's on Paradise Road because some people are like, well, where's the convention center? Where's that at? There's only one convention center in Vegas, but you never know. So it's the one on Paradise Road. So real quick, my blog. Okay, so my blog is updated, so feel free to go back to the blog and check things out. I always have topics that I talk about on the live, as well as this is the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, but I also do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. It comes out every Tuesday, like tomorrow. I think it's number 263. Yeah, show number 263 will be tomorrow. I'm not sure what the topic is. Don't ask me yet because I don't know. But I'll let you guys know. Of course, tomorrow I have to let you know, right? So, but yeah, so go check it out. I mean, I have topics on there. They're all easy reads. So just go to the blog and see what the heck Russell of Hotels is talking about. This website is russellofhotels.com, and there's other information there as well, right? How I got started doing what I do, and what is it that I exactly that I do. All those things are there as well. And if you want to get in contact with me, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me. My phone number is on my website, or you can email me at russellofhotels.com. If you have questions about anything, say you got questions about family reunion. You always want to do a family reunion. You don't know where to start. Hey, give me a call. I can give you some tips on that as well. In fact, people during this reunion for their own family reunion, because this is a love family reunion, but everybody knows there's multiple parts to your family, right? So I'm an Edmund, of course, Russell Edmund. I'm a Mac, and I'm a Parrish. I'm a Bennett. I mean, all these things mixed up. So just think about your parents and their parents and their parents, right? And what's their last names and what's their maiden names and things like that. So I'm part of all that, right? So everyone has their own family. And people would ask me, just the other day, someone asked me like, hey, I understand you're the one that puts this together. Well, no, I said I do the hotel part. I don't put everything together. I said I just do the hotel part. Oh, we're trying to find a hotel in, some particular, I can't remember where it was. I think it was in New Orleans. And I said, yeah, I can help you with that. I mean, yeah, I can, tell you that because I was telling them, some of the things that we were getting, some of the concessions, we would call them concessions in the world of meeting planning and hotel site selection. Because if you, it's kind of like a negotiation, right? If we give you this, you give us that, right? If I give you these rooms at this rate, you'll give me maybe for every, 20 rooms I pick up, you give me a free room, right? So things like that. Well, a lot of people don't know about that. They don't know to ask about those things. That's part of the negotiations, and it's called a comp room ratio, right? So for the amount of rooms that are picked up, you get one based on that, right? So it's kind of a formula. Some hotels can do 20, 25, some do 30, some don't do, some will do like 60. For every 60 rooms you pick up, you get a free room. Well, it just depends on the hotel and depends on, what you're negotiating. So those are things that a lot of people don't know. What about adding free breakfast and all those kind of things? Well, it's a good thing the Embassy Suites, they already include some of that stuff in their rate. Like Embassy Suites can include the breakfast, a cook-to-order breakfast, if you will, an omelet station. Also, there's a cocktail hour as well. So you get like 4 drinks or something like that. Well, I think it's 4 drinks per room. I think that's what it is. Because yeah, I think I got mine, right? I got my 4 drinks. I took whoever else was in the room, it didn't matter because I got my 4 drinks per day, right? So yeah, so then you have to cook the order breakfast. You get the cocktail reception in the afternoon or evening, and then we got a discount on parking. We got welcome amenities for certain people, right? So we got so many welcome amenities because we met another threshold or whatever. So there are some things that happen that some people don't know, especially when you do like family reunions. These things apply to, it doesn't matter what kind of group it is. they can apply to any kind of group. It's just that you have to know to ask for it, right? Sometimes the hotel will volunteer it, but a lot of times they won't. So it's always important that if we know that going into the negotiation before you even get to that, the contract stage, and say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, you pick up X amount of rooms, and we'll do all these other things. So boom, there you go. So that's not on the blog though, right? But there's information on the blog that you may, find interesting. And if you have questions about anything about negotiating your family reunion and all that kind of stuff, reach out and touch somebody's hand, or just call me. You don't have to touch my hand, but you can call me. Okay, so probably easier to call me than to reach out and touch my hand. So anyway, I didn't have a topic for today, but I want to give you the specifics of the hotel that we just recently had our family reunion. So this once again is the Embassy Suites Las Vegas, the convention center one, which is on Paradise Road. Yeah, there's some construction going on over there, just so you know, right? So don't think you're gonna drive over there and there won't be any construction. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Vegas, right? Lots of going on, a lot of construction going on in Vegas. But if you know that going into it, keep your head straight, because if you don't, you're gonna get frustrated. And yeah, leaving Vegas, there's always gonna be some traffic. I don't care when you leave, there's always gonna be some traffic, especially if you leave on Sunday. We left on Sunday morning about 10 o'clock. We did stop in not Victorville. We stopped in Barstow for about an hour. So, but we got back. I think all driving time about 4 hours, a little bit over 4 hours, about 4 hours and 20 minutes, something like that, which is probably typical anyway. Okay, so it wasn't like it was like 8 hours that I hear people saying, "Oh, it took us 8 hours to get back." I'm like, "Damn, really?" But anyway, and I'm gonna tell you about something else that happened. So anyway, real quick, the specifics or the metrics or the details of this hotel. The what makes up this hotel. 286 guest rooms. Remember, it's non-gaming. There's no casino in there, nothing like that. So there you go. Once again, 286 guest rooms, 11,000 square feet of meeting space. We had our event there for 180 people. No problems, enough space, all that stuff. We even had some AV going on as well. All suites, okay, Embassy Suites, hence the name, Embassy Suites. All rooms are suites. 91, just so you know, the breakdown of room versus or doubles versus king. There's a lot of groups, and another group that was there I noticed was a lot of sports teams. Okay, so sports teams will be interested to know the number, the ratio of double rooms versus king rooms, because when you're dealing with sports teams, you want to put them in double rooms. You don't want them sharing beds. Okay, that's a no-no. They used to be okay back in the day. You can't do that anymore. Everyone has to have their own designated bed. Stay out of trouble, okay? I'm just telling you. Everybody needs their own designated bed. Now, if it's a family and they decide to do that, that's fine. But a lot of coaches travel with their teams, right? And back in the day, people used to double up. Like, okay, we'll get like 10 people in the room and 2 people share this bed. And no, can't do that anymore. So anyway, 91 double doubles, okay, and then 185 kings. Kings meaning single bedded room, but they all have a pull-out sofa, so that can sleep another, maybe, well, just say another person, okay? Let's just say another person, right? Built into, this is the interesting thing about this hotel. It was built in 2000, and the last renovation was 2000. Okay, so we all know my rule of thumb, or the industry's rule of thumb. 7 to 10 years, every 7 to 10 years, you should have a renovation. Okay, so they're overdue for renovation, and it's a hotel that needs some refresh. I'll definitely say that. But I just said it, so I'm gonna say it again. It definitely needs some research, some refresh. But it was clean. Okay, so it would be one thing if it was a hotel that is in badly need of a renovation and it was dirty too. Oh no, we can't do that. We couldn't even stay there. I knew that it was supposed to undergo renovation when I booked this, right? So, but it was in good enough condition and it was clean. And that's, like I said, those are the things that I look for. Just like when I was a sales manager, it's you can sell an old hotel that needs renovation. You can't sell an old hotel that's dirty. okay, and needs renovation. Okay, you can't do that. I couldn't do it, okay, because I worked at some hotels. I'm like, shoot, I don't know if I can do this one, but yeah, but definitely clean, but yeah, it does need renovation. In fact, they were supposed to do, as far as I remember, they were supposed to do a renovation because this was booked over a year ago, right? So they're supposed to do a renovation, but obviously they didn't. Okay, and sometimes because of the business and how busy it is, and we all know Las Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world, and a lot of conventions go through there. So, and if you're close to the convention center or close to the strip, sometimes you get caught up in a numbers game where you're like, hey, either we take this money here and wait for some slower periods or whatever. But sometimes you got to bite the bullet and say, hey, I need to do this renovation. But they haven't done that yet. But built in 2000, last renovation 2000. So there you go. I can't say nothing else about that, right? But we had a great time. Everything worked out real well. And once again, On Air with Russell of Hotels, my live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. It's a podcast as well. And actually now my podcast is now on Podbean. It used to be on Spotify, but it's on Podbean. So go podbean.com, look for On Air with Russell of Hotels, or don't even do that. Go to my website, Russell of Hotels. Look at under the podcast section, click and just click the number of podcast you want to see. Like the last one was 262. You can hear what I talked about. This is for the people that want to take me on the go. Some people don't want to, see me and see all the antics and all the stuff that I'm doing with my hands and all this stuff. Or if I'm taking my glasses off and putting them back on, right? They don't want to see that. They just want to hear me. So that's fine too. So, it's all about preference. It's all about preference. But real quick, okay, so as we look at the Embassy Suites Las Vegas, Paradise Road, which is the one near the convention center. This is the meeting space. This is after our thing was over, I believe. Yeah, so everybody had already gone at this time. But one thing that happened, and a lot of people know about this already, is that the tech outage, the CrowdStrike software, Microsoft software that malfunctioned, and it, basically it canceled a lot of flights with Delta were postponed or canceled or whatever. So we're like in the third or fourth day into this thing. Well, this hotel was affected by that. It was affected by, and how was it affected, Russell? You may want to ask. It was the what do you call it? The key system. How you have the electronic key system where you scan the key, you put it in the room key, then you scan it, and it basically programs the key for that room. Well, it wasn't working. So guess what they had to do? They had to manually walk you up. They had to wait. Okay, gather a group of people and like, okay, what room are you going to? I'm going to 620. You're going to 535. You're going to whatever 330. Whatever rooms you're going to. They took groups of people at a time to the elevator, went up and unlocked their door one by one. They did this for the entire weekend, and if it's still down, they're still doing it. So just picture, only people that were not affected by this is that if you checked in, like say you checked in on Thursday and you were staying till the next Thursday, that your key wasn't affected by that. But it was like the people that were checking in knew, like people checked in on Friday. I checked in on Friday. It affected me. I was only there for 2 days, but I never got a key. You couldn't do the electronic key on your phone. You couldn't do any of that stuff, right? So that was the thing that was, if I had to say was not a good thing, it was that. But it was not the hotel's fault. So I gotta, exonerate the hotel, right? Because it's not their fault, right? It wasn't their fault that they used that type of software. It wasn't their fault, right? And it couldn't be fixed at that time, right? And it's still not fixed from what I understand. So, but they handled it the best way they could. They were happy. They were gracious. In our group, thank God, wasn't out of pocket. You know what I mean? They were, we were inconvenienced. Don't get it twisted. Yes, it is a huge inconvenience to wait for someone to walk you to your room to unlock your door. But they handled it well. They were happy to do it. And they later thanked us for being so, not that we were accommodating, but we were okay with it. We didn't make a big deal about it. we weren't fussing about it because there's a lot of people, a lot of other groups that were there, a lot of other single people were there. Were not happy. Okay, we're cussing and carrying on, like my dad would say. But we weren't like that. We just knew that was the deal. And what can you do, right? Why get upset at them? They didn't do it. They didn't plan for it to happen. Um, I guess I would have been ticked off if say they had attitudes like, yeah, are you ready to go to your room? If they had attitudes, then yeah, I would understand that. But no, they didn't have attitudes. We didn't have attitudes. It was just one of those situations that happened. So we just made it happen. I got a key on Sunday around 8 a.m. Meaning that it started working. Meaning that it started working. Are you sure? I got a key on Sunday around 8 a.m. So that means it started working at 8 o'clock. Is that what you're saying? I'm not understanding what you're saying. I didn't know that it started working, but I guess that's what you're saying. So but yeah, so maybe it's not back working now. But I was just looking on internet. What I understand that early morning about 1 a.m. Okay, oh that's good. Well, that's great. I'm glad. There you go. There you go. Embassy Suites now is functioning like a normal hotel now with keys that work. But yeah, so it was like I said, it was a huge inconvenience, but the hotel handled it well. Front office, the supervisors, everyone, the maintenance people, housekeepers, whatever that were available to assist. The security people were there, and they were, like I said, they were happy to assist, um, and it went well. It went as well as it could under the circumstances or the situation. So thank you. Shout out to the Embassy Suites Convention Center in Las Vegas, which is on Paradise Road. Thank you so much for a great family reunion. Great hospitality. We appreciate it. And there you go. I think that is it, right? So this is my daily check-in. I do this Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday around 12 o'clock, but sometimes I do a little earlier, sometimes I do a little later. But just be advised that I'm going to do it, right? So anyway, that is it. And tomorrow on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that I was just talking about comes on tomorrow at 1 o'clock PST. So there you go. That is it. Thank you so much, Marcia. Appreciate your comments. That is it. I don't have anything else to talk about, I don't believe, unless someone else comes on and says something in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and I guess that's it, right? So until tomorrow, I'll see you guys. Have a great day, and any questions at all, always feel free to reach out. I'm here as a resource. That's what I do. I mean, that's who I am. I'm a resource. See ya, Marsha. Appreciate you coming on. See, this is what happens. So you make your comments, and your comments get on the screen, right? So the whole world can see. So anyway, you guys have a great day. My glasses are askew. It's like my glasses were askew. So anyway, that is it. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for On Air with Russell of Hotels, show number 263. Until tomorrow, peace.